from the Cornbread Nation, Rob and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation, Rob and Dave on the Humpday Show. We're talking all out of the Southern Fried Nation. We're talking all out of Cornbread Nation, Rob and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Rob and Dave from the Cornbread Nation. We're talking all out of Southern Fried Nation. We're talking all out of Cornbread Nation. Rob and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Rob and Dave from the Cornbread Nation. We're talking all out of the Southern Fried Nation. We're talking all out of Cornbread Nation. Rob and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Rob and Dave from the Cornbread Nation. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation, Rob and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation, Rob and Dave on the Humpday Show. We're talking all out of Southern Fried Nation. We're talking all out of Cornbread Nation. Rob and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Rob and Dave from the Cornbread Nation. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation. Rob and Dave on the Humpday Show.
Salute, new song. Y'all welcome to the Humpday View Show. I'm Rob. That's Dave. That's Dave. And we're here to get you through this hump day just fine. We're going to share some views. We're going to have some fun.
Yeah.
Hope y'all doing well tonight. Dave, how are you doing?
Well, my allergies are killing me, but I'm persevering to rock on. But I do want to say, it's been a bad afternoon.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just got to go to the Waffle House. My granddaughter wanted to go. She always gets the triple. Hash brown, nothing in it. She's very traditional, you know, just like me, nothing crazy. We get home, mine goes in the floor. You know it's not going to be a good day when your Waffle House ends up on the floor. There's my dinner. Here's my dinner. Coffee. Oh, my goodness. Should be a crime.
It ought to be. It ought to be.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big a deal. But there ain't nobody out there. If your food ends up on the floor, you're not happy.
No.
You're not happy.
And now you're going to be hungry. And hungry leads to hangry. And hangry leads to suffering.
I ate 4 cookies and a Reese's. So that's my dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And the coffee.
Ooh.
Oh, well. Is what it is.
So, disappointment leads to hungry. Hungry leads to hangry. Hangry leads to scurvy. Sorry, got a Star Wars flashback there. So,
several people liked the little meme I put up today with some Star Wars music in our Knights outfit. Rob and Dave defending the anti-American idiots, defending us from the anti-American idiots. We're on watch.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of them out there.
Yes, there is. Barry wants to know how Lynn is. And I'm a tire man both.
Well, she's a little better, but we're going to have a fight in the morning with the insurance. She's still in the hospital. She should have been in rehab. This should be the 3rd full day of rehab. And she's got, her face is a little better. She's getting a little stronger. It's ridiculous. We're sitting there and this has been going on and off since we've been in there. She just happens to have the room. I don't know what it is. Like I said, it's like a black cloud over us, or something's beeping constantly, beeping, beeping, beeping.
Yeah.
It was getting on all of our nerves, so we flagged a nurse in. Like, can you do something with that? I mean, come on. Well, I couldn't fix it. I'll go get a tech. Tech coming there and just bam, had it off. But a beep like that will drive you crazy.
Yes, it will.
Hey, Miss Jen.
Hey, Jen.
She's still on my insurance, Tar Man. I'm not going to say the name only because I don't need the hassle in my position. That's I don't need to be out criticizing. I can criticize the situation, but I don't want to throw a name out there because I'm still employed, and that might not go over too good. So, if you'll forgive me, it really is what it is. So, you know. Yeah, I knew you was at the graduation party. I saw your thing. Thanks for checking in. Enjoy the screams and yells and everything else. No, not yet, man. Not yet. She's not old enough yet.
You have fun watching them youngins graduate. That's always fun to watch. I found.
She didn't have to work this morning, so she missed us. That's a tragedy to miss us.
Yeah.
I mean, man, you can't start your day like that.
No. I mean, come on.
Folks, this morning we announced that we went over 49,000 total followers from all the streams.
Yes.
We're actually over probably 42 or 49.2 right now. We do believe we will hit our 50,000 mark on time. In fact, maybe come in a little early.
That'd be awesome. It would be awesome to hit it a little bit early.
Hers was temperature. The temperature sensor, which was not even on her. It just wasn't. It was not sitting right or something.
Wow.
Dang right, it's a tragedy to miss us. Reminds me of that Bee Gees song, Tragedy. I like that song.
Well, you was talking about the Knights. You know, you and me is dressed up as Knights with the Star Wars music, protecting everybody from the idiots out there. You know, that really should be our job. We've got the coolest job in the world. We get to point out some of the idiocy out there, and it hopefully gets people where their mindset is to such a place to where they can see it and maybe speak out against it.
I would pull it up in the stream, but one of our platforms will strike us. But if you want to see it, you can go to just about anything else. I haven't put it up everywhere yet. Busy day. Didn't get a chance to do all that this morning, but tonight I'm uploading audio sites. But I will try to get it finished up. But it's definitely up on TikTok and Clapper and Instagram. And Instagram's probably fed it to Facebook. And there's 2 or 3 more that it's on out there. It actually turned out really cool. I love that music. It's not the tradition. It's not the Emperor March and all that, but it's one of those other ones. I'm a bigger fan of some of the other music. I like that one. Don't get me wrong, but there's some of the music that's in the series that I really like.
Yeah,
it just I don't know. It's a little more kind of takes you to a place. I like music that does that.
Oh, is it the Cantina music?
Oh, no. That was. I mean, it's okay, but it's kind of annoying actually. Oh, we probably got charged tonight because she said, "Oh, this is the reason that's beeping. This cord is not fitting tight. I'll go get a new one." I was sitting there thinking, "Oh man,
what's that going to cost me?"
And then it come back and I didn't fix it, and I'm like, "Oh well, they're just wanting a couple $1,000." I mean, they charged it to her room. Jeez,
Wow.
wheeze, man.
Anything they can to make a nickel. They're going broke, dude. These hospitals and doctors and all these medical people, they're just going broke. Oh. So anyway, one of my favorite people out there that Trump hired for a very specific purpose and reason. He's very passionate about doing his job, is doing his job, and he has a lot of passion with it. And I really, really like him. Tom Homan. Sir, I salute you. Hmm. So, uh, you know, AOC,
Not
Steve,
sure, Barry. Sorry.
uh, Steve is, hung up on AOC, which is fine. She's not a bad looking woman. I mean, but remember, Steve, beauty's only skin deep. Ugly, and that ugly attitude to the bone. Uh, uh, she was saying that, she's going to get a DOJ on her, or they're talking about doing a DOJ investigation on her for a webinar meant to help migrants deal with immigrations and custom enforcement. Nice. This is off Fox. So, um, she said that she hadn't heard from DOJ, didn't even know if she was under investigation. And Holman said, "Hey, check with the department itself." And then he said, "I wish she'd do her job. She's a legislator, right? Why doesn't she pass some legislation and actually improve this country like President Donald Trump is already doing? I'm doing my job. The border is secure. We've arrested 3 times more criminals than former President Joe Biden did. We're doing our job. She should try doing her job." Sir, I salute you. Salute. I mean, is there any better way to respond than that to her? I mean, her whole district's turned into like a third world country. I mean, come on. And she got up there. Oh, look at all these illegal aliens. We have to protect them. Well, the heck with the people that voted for me legally. The heck with them. We have to protect all these illegal aliens and the murderers and the rapists and the beaters and the drug dealers. And we got to protect all of them. Oh, my. They're just innocent victims of circumstance. To you, I'd say hogwash. Hogwash. You can choose to be whatever you want to be. That's one of the great things about being in this country. Uh, uh, Talking out of both sides of your head and everything else. You can just quit. You talk about a left wing nut job. But you know what? We need to get a third suit of armor put up there with us and have Tom Homan up there in his own suit of armor. Oh my goodness. These people gonna get me out there going. They're gonna put me up on a soapbox. And y'all, they don't want me up on no soapbox. My goodness. Oh, there's so much there's so much to start it on, and I'm just yeah, you ain't joking. And they are whining about it too. Oh my gosh, are they whining? You wait till he gets back to this country after what he's done over there and all the deals he's making and the money that's going to be flowing in. Dude, that's going to be, they're going to find something big time to whine and cry about on that. My gosh. Get ready. Here it comes. What are you doing over there fighting for American jobs? What are you doing over there fighting for money and coming into America? Why in the world would you do that? You horrible person. The whine and crying of gnashing of teeth is beginning. They start slow down. This is where the whining and crying truly, truly begins. Is as he does things to make America actually better, they're going to find any little thing they can, any little crack or crevice, anything at all they can do to make it something bad. Anything. They're going to twist and turn every word that's said. They're going to twist and turn every action that's made. They're going to twist and turn everything just to make it something that they can whine and cry about.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see the Saudi McDonald's on wheels for Trump. That was hilarious, dude. Did you see that, Dave? They had a McDonald's hookup that they had. It was built inside of a tractor trailer, I think, on a semi. And they hauled it up there so Trump could get him a Big Mac or whatever. Yeah. That is awesome, dude. That makes me happy.
I was pretty busy all day. I caught some news, but not a lot.
That just makes me that makes me happy. And we got a bunch of other stuff. I mean, that's just scratching the surface. Hi there, American girl. Americana. I see that. Sorry.
Americana.
Didn't mean to say your name wrong. If RFK Jr. tried to give a hearing up on Capitol Hill, and all these protesters jump up saying he's killing with hate and all this stuff. All these protesters. Come on, people. You know those are Democrat bought and paid actors up in there. You know that's what it is. Ben and Jerry's co-founder among those arrested at hearing. Great. He's left-wing nuthead too. I mean, I hate to call everybody out there that's for the left-wing nuthead. I don't. But when they're doing stupid stuff like that, oh my gosh. You know, I need you to come in here. I'm going to pay you X amount. I need you to come here and pick up a ruckus and an outrage and, and really show the American people what's happening. I'm going to pay you to do that. You know they're getting paid. You know they are. Somehow, some way. My goodness. Now he was looking around like, what in the world's going on? And
they are painting up that plane with some very ugly things. They're enjoying themselves.
Oh yeah.
They're calling him some really dirty names and painting the plane up, and it's out there. That's the way it goes. That's freedom, though. That's freedom. You can do it. I just happened to run across it. I wasn't looking for it, but it is what it is. Haters gonna hate.
Yeah. And that's all they've got to do is go around and hate. Find, twist, turn, manipulate everything to make it something they can be mad about. You're right, Michael. He does not care what they say. He doesn't, and I'm glad he's there. I am glad he's there. My goodness. But the creme de la crop today, I mean, the absolute best statement of the day. I mean, just Swalwell. Okay. Swalwell. He had the gall and the just sheer out and out tenacity to tell Noam or oh my gosh. That's our Homeland Security, Christian Noam, that he has a bullshit detector during a heated exchange about a photo of Kilmar Abreu Garcia, an El Salvador citizen, who the Trump administration deported. Now, okay. Number one, this is Eric Swalwell from Democrat from California, the same one that had the Chinese girlfriend that was a spy. You know, this is the same guy. Okay. Uh, yeah. But he has a BS detector. Come on. And you're going to say that after all this mess, you're on everything that you're doing up there, Mr. Swalwell, and you're going to call out somebody else saying that you've got a BS detector? Let me tell you something. The whole country has a BS detector, and you utterly fail. I mean, utterly. Utterly. Now, I know that's a cow detector right there, but it's close enough. Mm. And you are full of manure, sir. And that sir is sarcastic. So, in case you're wondering, uh, uh, how do people get into such a state to where this is the kind of person that they vote for to be in office? This guy has no business being in office.
Yeah.
None. And they never criticize anybody in their own party ever. Everybody in their party is this shining knight, this shining white knight, there to battle us people that want to make America great again, that want to keep America great. They want to defend our border. They want to actually have some money left over at the end of the day so we can spend it on the things that we want to spend it on. They want gas cars so we can go where we want to go instead of having to rely on an electric vehicle that has no infrastructure set up for it. You know, uh, which was another means of trying to control the American people. Stupid electric cars. That was all that was about. Keep us at home. Uh, Run gas prices up where you can't afford to go nowhere. Run
The
food
Democrats,
prices up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir. I was
no,
on
it's
rant.
fine. No, it's good.
You know, run food prices up. You got to buy food. So you ain't got no extra money left over for anything else. I mean, the whole inflation thing. It's all about control to me. Mm. Kind of hope these politicians will give themselves enough rope to hang themselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. We can only hope. I only hope the American people smarten up. These people keep electing these knuckleheads. Y'all do some research. Learn what you're voting for. I have a question. How many people that voted for Swalwell looked at his voting record before they voted for him? Dave, how many do you think that was? Or how many just looked and saw that he was a Democrat and voted for him?
Well, that's what a lot of voters do on both sides, honestly. Not all, but a lot. They just vote for a name, somebody that they know,
Hmm.
which is why media is so dangerous. Because
Yeah.
if they listen to a channel and they're constantly pumping a name, if they don't dig any, that's the name that they remember
Hmm.
when they go in the booth. They usually only know a couple, three of the races. The rest of them are total just guess jobs by a
Hmm.
lot of voters. Cannot tell you how many times I've seen they can't say nothing, but you'll simply be like, I don't know none of these people.
No.
School boards, judges, commissioners, senators, even they just don't know them.
Mm-mm-mm.
But it is. But voter education is important in any election, and you just have to try to do the best you can. In some cases, they don't want voters educated because they feel like they've got the numbers already. So that could flow both ways. I will tell you that when that's if you'll notice how they do SPLOS votes, notice how they do those votes. They don't want that vote when big elections are going on because more people are coming out to vote. They save that one. They push it different times. The Democrats are pumping their chest today. A longtime mayor was defeated out in Nebraska. They think it's a signal that Trump is in trouble in the midterms, but if that's what you think, go for it. Maybe the mayor was even Republican wasn't that good. I don't know. It's a city. I'm sure this, cities are mainly blue. I don't know the research on it, but they've also been talking about that a lot.
No, they're going to turn and point and scream at anything that happens and say, "Oh, Trump's losing ground." It's just like when the elections were going around. Oh well, there's no way that Trump's ever going to overcome the lead that the Kamala Harris has, and all this other kind of stuff.
Barry, I think, and I hope I'm wrong. I think Georgia's in trouble. It's been teetering for a while. This election, the midterms, could be trouble for Georgia. They're going to pump a lot of money in there again. It was very, very close. That's going to be a top one. I've talked to some people in the know, and they're not happy about some things. There's some election lawsuits going on that are finally coming to fruition. There's a lot going on in Georgia. I'm going to start tackling some of it. There is a ton going on in Georgia. And so we got to really talk about some of these lawsuits and the hearings and things that are going on.
Yeah.
Certainly in our back door and front door.
And everybody, we've been harping on this for a while, and I'm going to continue to do so. These midterm elections, these non-presidential elections that people don't go to, everybody turns out to vote, or a lot of people turn out to vote for the presidential elections. But these local elections are the ones that affect you directly. Why don't you take an interest in these? It would seem to me like, if it's going to affect you, and these are your local politicians, you would be interested in voting for them. And who's going to have a direct say-so in your area? These cost money and stuff like that when they vote on that. You need to be there. It's important. Everybody, get out there and vote every chance you get. It's your voice. Your voice. Don't let somebody else steal your voice. It's your say. That is our power as American citizens, is the ability and the right and the privilege to get out there and vote. Everybody vote on every election. It's once a year, usually, Dave.
Sometimes it can be a couple. You have to remember there's runoffs.
Yeah.
Usually.
But even if there's 2 or 3 in a year, and that's not every year. Usually it's just once a year, but like a runoff, you may have an extra one.
It depends on if it's in your district or at what level it is, whether you vote more than once. Only about 3 to 7% come back on runoffs. Depends on the race.
If it was important enough for you to get out there and vote the first time, it's still important enough for you to get out there and vote the second time. Y'all don't let this thing stop. Let's vote. Get out there. Get off your hindies. Go to the voting precinct and vote. It's not hard. It's easy. It doesn't take that much time. And how many countries out there have gone to war because they didn't have the right and the privilege to go out and vote? Go vote. It's important. Every one of them. Every year, get out there and vote. Let your voice be heard. If you don't get out there and vote, you can't really complain. You gave up the right to complain, in my opinion. You didn't go out there and take a stand on it when it mattered. All you're going to do now is bitch and groan about the consequences. Come on. If you're going to get out there, vote. And, if not, quit your whining. You let somebody else take your right away from you. Or you denied yourself that right. Um, just saying. Maybe I'm being a bit gripey tonight. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right.
On Rumble, we were just followed by a group that they're on. They have a website, but on their own Rumble, and they're called the Patriots Prayer Podcast.
Oh wow.
They have a lot of followers. I'm not familiar with these guys, but looks like a good group. Go give them a follow. The Patriots Prayer Podcast, PPN.
Huh.
Truth matters, they say in their logo, with a cross and an American flag. So check it out. It's up to you whether you follow, but give them a look. See. We'll see if we can't link up with these fellows.
Yes. Sadly, here in Georgia, upcoming Atlanta, I saw not really a great choice between the two. That's where you go back and do your research. You have to pick the better one of the two. You know, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to decide who to vote for.
Sometimes they're both dogs. I mean,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
But
pick the one with the least amount of points.
It's called praying and holding your nose while you do it. I mean, to be honest.
All right. Who is that again, Dave?
The Patriots Prayer Podcast. I just gave them a follow. I'm going to see what they got. I love their logo. So we'll see. I'm all about Patriots and praying.
Absolutely.
Yes, we do, Barry. We do need a good candidate like that. Thank you, Tire Man. Yeah, let's support each other on these. We're not out here competing with other podcasts. We're here to lift each other up. And they followed us on X, actually. And I followed them back. So they reached out to us first. So we're actually just returning the favor. I followed them on X, and then I said, hey, they're on Rumble. Let's go give them a Rumble follow. I'll reach out to them.
I'll reach out to them on Rob's, too.
That's what it's all about. Just lifting each other up, gaining more followers, and getting the voice out there.
Amen.
Because the Democrats own a lot of media. We got to keep on being the bullhorn.
That's right. That's right.
I'll check them out when I get time, and we'll reach out. I love it. We're going to be doing a second card of Rumble shows that we recommend, and they might just end up on one of those. So maybe they think they need to pray for us, which I need prayer. My goodness, I need prayer.
Yeah.
So pray for these Patriots over here. I need it. My dear wife needs it.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like here lately, everything, everything just seems to just mess up. Right up to, dropping your Waffle House in the floor before coming on the show. And
it hurt.
A sad state. And I know, can I tell my coffee story? Because that was almost as bad as your Waffle House story.
I don't remember your coffee story.
Oh, my goodness. You'll love this. I had my heart attack. I had to go in for bypass surgery. And those of you who know me know I live on coffee. That is my thing. That is my drink of choice. That is my vice. I love me some coffee. And I like some of the flavored coffees. I ain't too proud to admit that. Been up in the hospital, had surgery, been up there for 4, 5, 6 days, almost a week. And I finally get to a room, and they said he can have coffee. And my ex-wife, God love her, she came in there with a great big, one of those venti or whatever, the biggest Starbucks coffee she could get. And I'm laying there in the bed, and my eyes, the nurse was in there. She said my eyes about popped out of my head. I was like, oh my gosh. And she handed it to me. I reached out to get it, and I got it in my hand, and it slipped through and hit the floor.
Ah,
And coffee went everywhere. I started crying. There was tears running down my cheeks. I mean, it just ruined my day when I dropped that coffee. The nurse said, don't you touch it. She grabbed up, she cleaned it up, and it made my ex mad. She just left, and I thought she was mad. And turns out she had left to go back down and get me another one. And she brought it back up in a big blue cup that had a screw on lid, so I couldn't drop it. Mm. It was a complete surprise to get that coffee. So when that Waffle House fell out, and hit the floor, I feel you, sir. I feel you. That had to be a sad day. My goodness. Mm. And you know what else makes a sad day? A truly sad day. If y'all want to truly make a Democrat cry, I mean, make it a bad day, or make a bad day better. If you want to make a Democrat cry, vote. Vote your conscience. Go out there, educate yourself, and vote for what you think is right. Make them cry. Or call them out on their horse hockey. If you want to know what kind of horse hockey they're spewing, look at what they're accusing everybody else of doing.
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, Barry. That is absolutely right. I'm gonna put that little comment up. Coming on one of our. Here we go. It said we need a good candidate like that gentleman from Texas. You know about Mr. Alexander Duncan? That's awesome. You're absolutely right. We could stand something like that. Oh, we got an error occurred. What are we missing? We got something.
Ah,
The Larnaga has gnats, and they are big. Oh, that's above gnat line, though. You shouldn't be having gnats up there. That's probably the other Georgia state bird, the pterodactyl mosquito. Oh, my goodness. Gnats, gnats, gnats. Why'd you have to talk about gnats? Now I'm going to have a buzzing in my ears for the rest of the night.
I just sent you an email
Okay.
talking about the response of South Africa's leaders about the white families getting out. There's a comment in bold in the middle. There's definitely persecution going on, deaths, even talking about chopping them up. These farmers. Just look at the quote there in the middle that their leader said that why they're fleeing. It's got a lot of people mad.
What?
Yeah. Oh, they're not fleeing for safety.
Now,
Oh,
who?
no.
That's what their government said, the South African government?
Yeah. One of the people in the government, I don't know if that is the leader, but that's what they said about him. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna air that out there. Well, it's not. It doesn't. Is there a source cited on that?
I know where it's at, but
Okay.
I'm going to go to townhall.com.
All right. It says
that's the one who put it out.
says, but while the left was busy taking the bait and going out on a limb by claiming that granting refugee status wasn't justified, South Africa's government came right out and said the quiet part out loud. Here's the key line. Now, this is in bold. What the instigators of this falsehood seek is not safety, but impunity from transformation. They flee not from persecution, but from justice, equality, and accountability for historic privilege. These
And
are
how quickly could that happen here? There's already voices out there like that here.
yes,
That's the scary part. Yeah, they're saying it out loud.
they're saying it out loud, what they won't say it here in this country. So this historic privilege that they're talking about here is because they're white. They're not any richer or poorer than the other people down there, but they're white. And they're not having it. They want to take their property, they want to take their money, they want to take their lives.
Well, that has been mentioned by some in America.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there are people, like Commie, California, where they, in some cases, they have restored, but they would like, because they bought it. But what if you had a state starting to take? Well, Rob, what about down there in South Georgia? They just come along and they started taking farms, using the law and the justice system, and they just started giving it to somebody else and saying it originally probably wasn't yours. You've benefited, so we're going to have justice here. Can you imagine?
Dude. And that's how they're going to justify everything.
Oh yeah, they have, Tar, man. They can't stand them.
Well,
They don't fit their. This is the crazy thing about it. White leftists don't like a lot of white people. It doesn't compute. Unless you have certain qualifications. I'm not going to go through those, but
if you're gay, that's one of them. Come on, let's go through them. If you're gay, that is one. Right?
Yes, that's true. They
That's
would be
what it is.
You fit within the model. You're promoted. You're celebrated.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not here to put anybody down. I'm just saying that's what they say.
Yeah. If you're gay, then you qualify. If you're in some type of freak shop relationship, then you qualify. But if you're just an average white American citizen, heterosexual, you're not
excuse me.
Yeah, you're not a tree hugger. If you're a farmer or you're a worker or whatever, then they don't have any use for you. You're not their thing.
I'm definitely not in their playground. Older, white, conservative, Christian, podcaster, talking about truth, freedom, MAGA. Just go down the list.
Hey, dude, I just thought of something. We're like Superman, dude. We're standing for truth, justice, and the American way. Dude, we're there. We need capes.
Well, I have one on the Cornbread Man, so he kind of fits that bill. He's defending cornbread too,
Yeah, we need capes, dude.
But he also saves people money with Patriot Mobile. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
The Cornbread Man.
I still think we need to wear capes on the show. We need capes.
That's too Rosler look.
No, dude. We could do it.
They would call us all kinds of crazy names, man. They would.
Dude.
There's no telling what.
Dude, it would be an honor and a privilege for us to wear capes. It would be awesome. Awesome, dude. I mean, think about it. You could have cornbread man. I could have chupacabra hunter, and you can wear a red cape. I'd wear a blue cape. No, I know I can't wear blue. Wrong.
Why not?
That's that Democrat color.
Why let them steal a color? They used to be red. We used to be blue. They always steal colors, man.
I'll wear a white cape. Yeah, Barry, you're right. The fact that we're Christians scares them.
That's why they have camps for us, because they say there's no way they can change our mind.
That's right.
We're brainwashed.
We could tell them, shut up. You are full of horse hockey. The men in capes have spoken. Dave, we need capes. We can wear them to the festivals and everything.
Just don't say men in tights.
We're men in tights. Hey.
I can't go there, dude.
No, neither one of us are made for tights. Okay?
No.
But we can definitely do a cape. We need to do capes. We need to show up to the festivals in capes. I'll see what I can do to fix this. This is something that we're sorely lacking on. I never even wore a cape when I was wrestling. Dude, this would be awesome.
Well, Amazon's got them.
Huh? Does Amazon have capes?
Yeah.
Yes. How much are they? Oh, gosh, I got to look this up.
They're not much.
Oh, really?
The cheaper ones.
Oh, no. I may have to spend some money on mine. I want a nice one. I want it embroidered. I want it to be bulletproof, too. So I have to have it made out of Kevlar.
Come on. That would be uncomfortable to wear.
Dude, you know.
Even indoors, that would be uncomfortable to wear.
Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Yes. Oh, they've even got masks with them, Dave. Oh, dude. There's a pretty fuchsia one for you. Oh, they don't have a white one. Why don't they have a white one?
Dude, nobody's wearing white. Come on. No. That definitely would get you in trouble.
There's a gold one. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a black cape. I could do black. I can rock a black cape. I could do it. There's a rainbow one for Steve. Dude, this could happen. This is happening, man. Dave, my brother, this is happening. We need this. I'm telling you, we need. This is a need. We have to have this. We have to have capes. Yeah, I'm giddy, dude. We need capes.
I can see you rolling through the Walmart on the smart cart with your cape on.
George Skippy. Here I come to wreck your cart. I am shopper man. Here, throw this in your basket. You know. Hey, I was going to get that one. Give it here. Mine. I'm wearing a cape.
Trust me, it wouldn't be too out. In some of the Walmarts, you would have to actually get attention to actually draw attention. There's a lot of different kinds of people walk up and sometimes in the store.
Oh,
sometimes.
Yeah. Dude. We need them. Yes. Captain Cornbread.
I was telling Kaylee was going to the hospital. She was getting embarrassed. And I was telling her.
Negative, Barry. I'm not wearing a pink cape.
I was telling her that if you don't want people bothering you, just act a little crazy. and they will not bother you. So it was like at the hospital, and I was like in a parking deck. I was acting all crazy, had my hat sideways, tongue hanging out. I said, "Yeah, Kelly, I could go up and just ask somebody, hey, do you know what floor the mental hospital's on?" It's just watch them run. Kelly said, "Ain't no way I'm going to stand here for that." But yeah, crazy drives people away. They're like, even the thugs. Thugs don't like crazy. It's like, that guy crazy, man. Better leave him alone. We saw a guy go obviously on dope. He was going through crossing the boulevard, busy boulevard, trying to face down cars, flexing on them, and he tried to kick one of them as it went by, talking to himself. Oh yeah, he was fried. Of course, it was the 10 side of Las Vegas. We hadn't got to Georgia yet.
Keep going with your story. I'm just throwing it up there.
Story's over.
No. I was listening to your story. I didn't know it was going to pop right up. I thought I had to hit the button down here. Sorry. Finish your story.
Good. Story was done.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay.
Good. Show us that pink cape.
Dude, that's the ones that we need right there. Red, white, and blue. Star Spangled. Dude. Oh.
We would probably get our picture took, that's for sure.
Yes. What was it that you said about AOC and Marcus Heller Green? Even bad publicity is good publicity.
Truth, justice, and the cornbread way.
Absolutely. Hey, I got Earl over here on my Facebook one. It's not coming through over here, I don't think.
Your Facebook will not show up in here.
Okay.
And I did put your personal Facebook up.
Okay. So, Earl, what do you think? Do we need capes? I think we need capes, superhero capes to wear on the show. And when
I'll be off.
Get that cape with a big M. What? M for what? If you say manure, I'm going to be upset. Come on. What does an M stand for? But Earl, what do you think? Capes? Capes? Should we get capes? I think we need capes. What do you think? And don't you say a pink cape either. Oh, M for MAGA. Okay, yeah, we can go with that. MAGA man. Oh. So come on, Barry, Michael. We kind of got it in there that from y'all. The rest of you, what do you think? Should we get capes for the show? Yes, I'm all for it. Dave's kind of, what do y'all think? Give us the best reasons to or not to get capes. We're not real superheroes, so the superhero rules don't work. Like from The Incredibles, because the one lady that was designing all the suits were like, no capes. We need capes. Earl's not responding yet.
Do what?
Earl's not responding yet, and I'm trying to get everybody else's opinion as well. But next time Steve's on, we'll have to ask him too.
You ask Steve something like that, man, he'd be telling you all kinds of crazy stuff. After you sent him that shirt, you're not gonna get a straight answer out of Steve.
Oh, yeah, I would. And y'all go check out his latest video. I shared it out where he's making his pendant. Oh, dude, and he's got the video up there now. It's one of the first things you see learn how to make. Uh, but yeah, y'all check it out. It's not that long of a video. It doesn't take very long to watch it, and just the work and the craftsmanship that is involved in that. Pretty stinking awesome. Y'all check it out. That's at Half Pine Forge. So that's your Celtic blacksmith at Half Pine Forge. And y'all give him a follow while you're there too, and check out his store. He sells these, and this is actual metal working and crafting. It's not just going out there and hammering something down. He has turned it into an art form and a way of expression for himself. And y'all, he is very, very good at it. So go
It's
check
not
him out.
Chinesium.
No, it's definitely not Chinese. He spent a lot of time, a lot of effort to learn how to do this and to learn this craft, and he's very good at it. So y'all go check him out and definitely give him a follow if you haven't already. So, Michael says we need to get that cape with a big M for MAGA.
Well, M could stand for a lot of things if you don't spell it out.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was thinking malarkey or something like that. Manure.
Yeah, Mama.
Yeah, I was thinking he might be going that way with it, but yeah.
Could be Muffin. Mr. Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. I'm sorry.
Munchkin?
I can't think of the Muffin Man without thinking of Shrek now, where he had the gingerbread man up there and Lord Farquaad was questioning him. And he says, do you know? Do I know? Do you know? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! Oh, that's how sad I am. I'm sorry. I still think Shrek was one of the best movies ever. I laughed and laughed and laughed and can still laugh watching that. And in a lot of ways, Dave, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I mean this as a compliment. I can picture you as Shrek in a lot of ways. And I'm kind of like Donkey. Can you see it?
No.
Well, you know.
No, I see it.
Okay. So, you know, y'all think about that and, you know, give you honest opinions there. Is Dave more like Shrek and me like Donkey? Because, you know, there is the actual scene where Shrek goes across the bridge to where the dragon's fixed to eat Donkey and he comes running across with Donkey over. I have to save my ass. You know, so I'm like the Donkey and Dave's like Shrek, you know. I'm just saying, come on, Dave. Come on. I gave you one there. Run with it.
Run with what?
Being Shrek. Oh.
I'm not sure what you're wanting there.
Well, it's a compliment. You should say, I'm absolutely Shrek and you're absolutely Donkey. I was being
well, I don't know. Maybe.
I was being self-criticizing there.
I will not jump on that party.
Oh, dude. That could be your song when you come in wearing your cape. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get your game on, go. Hey. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. See? Dude, it fits. We gotta get taken.
Not sure, Barry. Not sure.
What Barry said. I have not heard anything about that, Barry.
But there's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah.
That's like the Epstein, man. What is what's the deal? We don't know who all. There's a lot
No.
of guesses. There's a lot of innuendo. There's a lot of some evidence of pictures and stuff. There's some testimony. But for all the people that's named, there's no real released evidence for most of it. Everybody has say they've got it all figured out. Maybe they do, but there's not any concrete evidence that's anywhere close to being presented to that we know of that's going to be presented to a grand jury or anything.
Right.
I think that my personal opinion on this, number one, is it was so widespread that there's nobody going to take that up because it would absolutely destroy them, even if they weren't personally involved. It's going to destroy people they know.
Wow.
And threats are made, and I mean, obviously people know, but it's like, well, and even if it's not that, they would say, well, if you release that, I know what you did over here, and I can prove it. And it just becomes, you don't burn your house down. That's kind of what I see in it. Nobody's been burned down on it, right? Even the old prince.
Yeah.
He ain't got it too shabby. Let's just say that. He's not rotting in a jail cell. See you, Tar Man.
I'm good, Bubba.
Epstein, whatever happened there, well, his suffering's over. Well, in this life, she will eventually probably get out. She'll serve, her time, and I'm not saying she shouldn't. I'm just saying, but she's the only one. They're the only two, like nobody else. How do you have people that go to prison that were involved with so many different people? None of those people go to prison, but you do. When those people had all the evidence, all the records, all the whatever, all the connections. That's why I just don't think it's ever going to come to light. Maybe after we're long dead and gone, 100 years from now, it might start coming out.
And that's just absolute hogwash. I think they ought to make it public. If it's evidence, make it public. Why are we protecting these people? I know that if you do this, I'm going to release that, but somebody up there's got to be clean enough to put this out. You would think.
Well, that's what I say. They might be, but what if there's people they know in their own family and they're just not willing to go there, or connections, or threats another way, or threat to your life? Do it, and you won't see another day, or your family. That's the Chicago way. You know what I mean? I don't know. A dirty pool is dirty pool.
Yeah.
You know what did Sean Connery say in The Untouchables? They bring a knife, you bring a gun. It's mano a mano. It's like, go for it if you really want to do that. But here's what's going to happen. It's the kiss. It's like,
man. But surely someday in our lifetime, that's going to get put out. So,
I don't think it's going to be. They've released just enough to say they did something. It's the biggest nothing burger that this administration has had so far, and people are not happy about it. They expected more. Maybe more will come. Time will tell. But as of right now, there's no answers. People are mad. Where's the perp walks? Where's the arrest? And I'm all about, no matter where it leads, no matter who it takes down, if you're guilty of that, I have no sympathy for you. I don't care what letter you got in front of your name. I don't. That's justice. That's the scales of justice. It's blind. You just put that. If you're guilty, you're guilty. You get your trial, and if you're found guilty, you go down. If you're innocent, then you're innocent. But I just don't think. I just think it's too deep, and it's worldwide. It's not just an American thing; it's worldwide. But there's so many other things out there that go on that are just as dirty that nobody talks about. The stealing of the children from Ukraine into Russia, the sheiks who have the 24-hour weddings for the minors and destroy their virginity and then divorce them in the morning. This stuff goes on across the world. It's a sick world. It's a demonic world where people are harming kids. And it goes on every day all across the world, even here in America. And that's the saddest thing to me. That's absolutely the saddest
thing. And a lot of this illegal aliens coming in the country and stuff, we haven't even, I don't think we've even touched, even scratched the surface on the white slavery trade, on the human trafficking.
You know, somebody asked this morning, would we be for public executions? For that, yes, I am. Dang Skippy, I am. You destroy children like that, I got no problem with it. Get your trial, say your goodbyes. That's it.
Yeah,
I have no problem with that. I don't think that's out of bounds. You cannot rehabilitate a child abuser like that.
I totally agree with that. I think you're right on that. I mean, that's kind of
one of the saddest things I ever saw was doing ministry, and I'll be vague here a little bit. Was being at a church service, inner city. And I was there. This really happened. It's not made up. It's not exaggerated. This girl brought a guy to the meeting, and he was space cadet. He had done so many drugs. Now, I don't fault her. She's trying to help the guy. He's space cadet. He's holding a basketball, and all he can talk about is Michael Jordan. That's it. He has nothing else. She's trying to get him some help. But the prayer request is, I want y'all to pray for him. He's trying to get unsupervised visitation with his child. He's 2 or 3, 4-year-old. I can't remember the age. He's very young. In my head, I'm listening, but I'm thinking, I cannot pray that. This guy does not deserve to have unsupervised children in his apartment. He's gone. Whatever he was, and he may have been a salt of the earth at one time, he is gone. I'm always about protecting the children first. I don't care who gets mad. Protect the children. Well, he got it. The next week, he went to the judge. They told me it was next week. He went because we used to go up on Saturdays. I think it was Saturdays or whatever it was. It doesn't matter. But we might have been through the week. But anyway, he got it, man. He got it. He got the unsupervised visitation, and in that visit, he drowned that kid in the bathtub. And I got so sick at my stomach. And I could not believe the judge could interview that guy. And absolutely, how in God's creation could you ever give this guy unsupervised visitation?
That's that.
I still shudder at that. I try not to think on it too much. It really hit me hard. And I thought, man, I try to be fair. And judges take a lot of heat, and I get it. Sometimes well deserved. I will say this. Sometimes a judge has to make a decision based on the best evidence they have.
Right.
And that's not easy to do in a courtroom because the masks go on, the lawyers get involved. But if he had talked to this guy, I don't know that he did. I wasn't there. Maybe his lawyer did all the speaking. If this guy had been talked, if the judge had talked to him, he would have. If you can't see what this guy was, you have no business being a judge. That's what I would say. But I bet but what I would have suggested was there should be an investigation by Child Protective Services to come in the home and visit with this guy. They surely would have said, no way. No way.
Yeah. But if you don't do that,
But he had done so many drugs, man. He was gone. He was just gone.
well, hey,
It's truly sad.
that is, and I hate to hear stuff like that. Hey, we got time to take us a quick commercial. I'm gonna go fill up my teacup. I'm drinking tea tonight, not coffee.
Oh, always.
Y'all.
We will be right back.
All right.
We get up to the getting place.
Okay.
Hey, Southern Fried Podcast fans. This is
Okay.
Dave the AM for the Southern Fried Podcast. We want to advertise for W, who's got some special things going on. So are you tired of those energy drinks that you drink and they give you the jitters and the crashes that come from the typical drink? Look no further than W Energy Drink. It's a revolutionary new beverage that will keep you energized without any of those downsides. For a limited time, folks, W is offering an incredible 30% off on everything they sell. That's right. You can stock up on your favorite flavors and save big while enjoying the smooth, sustained energy that only W can provide. I'm a customer member, and I can testify to this. I love this drink. No shakes, no crashes. And if it can help my mental acuity, I'm happy too. Awesome. They have a unique formula that provides you a perfect balance of focus and vitality without any of those unpleasant side effects that we don't want. No more of those shaking hands, crashing you in the middle of the day. Just pure clean energy to help you tackle any challenge that comes your way. But don't wait too long. This 30% offer won't last forever. Go on over to W's website now and start shopping. Remember to smash that promo code Southern Fried into the area where they ask you to put that in there, and it'll help us as well. You're still going to get the 30%, but it'll let them know that you are supporting us, and so we appreciate it today. So try W Energy Drink and experience the difference for yourself. Your body and mind will thank you for making the switch to the energy drink that truly delivers on its promises. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to save big and upgrade your energy game with W. Don't forget, use that promo code Southern Fried.
Yes, Robin Day.
Maybe one more, if we can get it to play.
Yes, Robin Dave, y'all.
Southern Fried Podcast fans, this is Dave in the AM. I want to tell you about our store. We've been promoting it a little bit. We wanted to promote it a little bit more and let you know we've been adding some designs to it, and we're continuing to do that. Right now, there's a summer sale going on. You're going to see here in just a second what kind of discounts you can get. They're pretty amazing. Our old store became cumbersome and it was not easily updated, and we have since went to a new store, and the old one is still there, and if you decide to shop there, that's fine. But this is our new store, and it is so easy for us to manage, and we want to thank the folks at Threadless for that. So on the screen right now, you see some shirts of some of the different designs. One of our newest one is the Georgia outline, the red one. We really like that. You see some of our classic designs. You see some here that you may not have seen before. And again, we're designing and adding to just about every week. You see hats. There is just about anything in there, and we're trying to add more products all the time, as well as those new designs. So go shop at the Southern Fried Podcast store, and you'll be able to get some of these things too. Here's the QR code for that. You can see at the top of the page, 40% off right now. These are amazing prices going on. The store is very affordable. Me and Rob wanted as best the prices as we could get, and this is the place that we found to be able to do it. And there's the address. You can copy that out or use the QR code. We thank you for your support of the Southern Fried Podcast and watching the shows and supporting us and letting us know how much you enjoy it. You mean a lot to us. Take care. God bless, and we'll see you soon. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yes. He. Mm.
We are back.
Yes. What is that? Bionics? No, I can't say that. Can't.
Just put it on
We're
screen.
glad you joined.
You have to put it on the screen so they can see they recognize them. There
Yes.
you go.
I can't say it, but we're glad you joined in with us tonight. Okay. Did you hear about this clerk in that Murdoch trial firm? We're glad you joined too. Thank you very much. Hey, y'all like, follow, subscribe. We appreciate it. Did y'all hear about this clerk over there from the Murdoch trial? She used her thing there to promote her book and make money.
Yeah.
Send herself payments and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, apologize for plagiarizing. You know, it just.
She caught herself wanting to get her 15 minutes of fame to capitalize on it. She did.
Yeah.
And she should never be a part of any trial ever again.
No.
No matter what she or anybody else thought of him, our justice system is no good if you can't get a fair trial.
Yeah.
And she absolutely should have gotten some trouble, I think. I don't know that she got much trouble. But she knows the rules. I don't feel sorry for her.
Yeah.
She needs,
well,
because if we don't stop that, then it'll happen in every case.
Well, she's been arrested on multiple felonies in 2 counties, so she might be going to jail. You know, we'll see.
Well, if she's guilty of them, if I say if, because arrested does not mean guilty.
Fair trial.
If she's found guilty, then she deserves to serve her time too.
Yeah.
We have to preserve the sanctity of the trial. And I know it's a challenge. I know there are always issues. That's why you have sidebars, judges' chambers, jury out of the room, and people have they get to hear all that, and then they want it presented, but the judges are trying to preserve the case so that it doesn't get an appeal or get thrown out.
Yeah.
And that's never an easy thing. What should get to stay in, what should not be staying in. The law spells it out, but sometimes that interpretation, and sometimes those judges get in trouble with the state Supreme Courts. They get sanctioned. And they say, you blew this. And if they do enough of that, they are removed from the bench. So they are consequences. And sometimes they've been arrested right in the courtroom for things they've done. So I know it's not always, it's not perfect. It's not. But sometimes we do get it right. We really do.
Yeah.
And, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. And if she's guilty, she's, maybe not for that, maybe for other things, but.
Yeah.
But I would be, there have been people that's been put on trial for murder that were innocent. Been people convicted that were innocent.
Yep.
And sometimes it was because they falsified evidence and put it through and made them look guilty because they wanted a conviction. And so I want these people to do, I absolutely fight all you can for conviction or acquittal. But you can't go there. You just can't do it. It destroys any hope we have of having a fair trial. I've served on juries, been a long time ago. Like I said, there's a lot that goes into it. But I hope if she's guilty, She gets what she deserves. Well, I deserve stuff too, but thankfully Jesus forgave me. So
Yeah.
I try not to go out and obviously commit multiple felonies.
Yes. And, you know, try to put somebody else to shame or whatever, point out everybody else's faults and what you think. It's not a matter of what people think. It's what a matter.
Well, it's the same to me, and it may, and they've tightened up on it, but officers who pass around crime scene photos of your daughter with, laying there naked, dead, or something, and they shouldn't be doing that. I'm sorry if you're a responder and all that. I know it goes on. They should be a protection for that stuff, and I hope. And sometimes they get in trouble for it. It's not for you to pass around and go, "Hey, check this out." That's not what that's for. Be a professional. Be a professional. Juries and crime scene detectives and evidence takers and all that, they have to see some very vile, compromising stuff.
Absolutely.
You have to have some kind of moral conviction to do the right thing. You can't be that sick, perverted, funeral director that's in there, committing heinous acts with corpses and stuff. That's happened too. It's a sickness. There's, anyway, that's my 1 cent. I probably don't have 2 cents, but that's it.
But it using somebody else's trial, be it for anything, whether they're guilty or not, using their trial for your 10 minutes of fame and you're an officer of the court, that's shame on you. Shame on you.
Like I said, I don't think they should ever be able to serve in that capacity ever again. I'm sorry, you're done. That's the way I see it. Same as judges who have, or others who have told girls if they will perform for them, they will drop charges. Dude, go to jail. You're sick. You're a sick person.
Absolutely.
And that's happened close to here more than once, close to where I live. And sadly, it happens in small towns just like it does big towns. It's really there's no quantifier on that to say that it's one or the other. It happens everywhere. Sick, perverted people are everywhere, unfortunately.
All right, let me get your view on this little tidbit also. We changed our night from Humpday News to Humpday Views. One of our favorite people, the governor of California, Newsom, proposed a freeze on allowing adult illegal immigrants to join California's Medicaid program. Blames it all on Trump and the tariffs and all that, and how it cost the state $16 billion. So they're not going to be able to afford to keep putting the illegal immigrants on there.
Yeah.
What's your view on that?
Well, if it's not a federal issue on whatever the case may be, it's a state issue, then the people in that state have to take and deal with it. I don't live in that state, so but I would be not happy with a lot of things they do, obviously. But I've not been happy with some things that's happened in my state too. So, I'm an America First dude. Let's take care of the home team. If we can help others, that's fine. I got no problem with that. Mercy and compassion, but you got to take care of the home team first. It's not our fault that the rest of the world is under dictatorships and struggles and all that. We can't feed the world. We can't solve the problems of the world. That's not what we were built for. We were built for a place to escape those things and to protect those rights against that kind of tyranny of just taking your rights and giving it away to others and whatever it may be. Fortunately, we got people in this country, as we know, who they believe the best for America is for it to be destroyed.
Yeah.
Take it down. Give it away. That they would how many Democrats do you think? Just question. Would be celebrating if the White House was invaded by hundreds of thousands of people and they broke that thing down and took the bricks away as trophies? How many would celebrate?
A bunch of them.
That's a question I can't answer, but I guarantee you there's some of them.
Yeah.
They would be cheering, eating popcorn. Well, yeah.
And that's sad. Well, I'm gonna pop my view out there on that. I think that's a crying shame that they're putting the illegal immigrants on there to start with. I don't know how many that they have on there, but if it's more than veterans that are homeless or impoverished, they should have been taken care of before the illegal immigrants were. I'm going to say that. If there's an American out there that needs to be on there, they need to be on there before the illegals are. They're not here legally. How did they word that? Uh,
Well, and they absolutely. I mean, I'm for
status, unsatisfactory.
I am for legal immigration and some refugees because that's within our laws. And if we don't replenish the population because they've convinced Americans to not have any kids, we don't average enough kids versus deaths to keep the population up. We're going to have a worker shortage. As they were true when they said that. The problem is that they brought in just anybody, everybody. There's no vetting, there was no process, and they just overloaded the system. That's not. You got to go with the quotas that you have. You can vote to change a quota. They can adjust that, but it doesn't need to be just, whoever shows up, let them in. There has to be a check of these people to make sure that they're not going to be harmful, as best we can tell, to the nation, to the citizenry, and they have to come in and be a good citizen. They have to have that desire to want to work and, be producing and be a good citizen. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Yo,
I mean, we all came from somewhere. I mean, our people did anyway.
But what a slap in the face for the people that are trying to do it legally and can't get help. But then here come these other people in illegally. They're getting all the help in the world in some places.
Yeah.
Not everywhere. What a slap in the face for them. And they shouldn't slap them in the face. These people are trying to become American citizens. They want to become American citizens. They're proud of their new country. They want to be here legally and do it right. So, Barry said, sorry, I had to hit the vacuum real quick. Did your wife come home? Did she tell you to go back to get the vacuuming done before she got home? Did you hear her hit the driveway and go run grab it? Come on, Barry. Let's have it. Is that what happened?
But yeah, certain states we know have. We're a divided country. I mean, there's several states that are whatever. Let it all go. There's some that's middle of the road. There's some that are very conservative. But it is absolutely, and some states are divided. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Rob, I'm going to have to check out a little early. I am not feeling good. And I've just went as far as I can go, man.
I understand, brother.
I have felt bad all day, and if we even end it early, I'm okay. I don't feel good.
We're both sick. My sinuses are plugged. I'm struggling to keep going, and you're struggling to keep going. I'll tell you what, folks. The way we are tonight, let's go ahead and call this a little bit early. We're trying.
Yeah, I feel really bad.
I ain't got any sleep for the last 3 days. I'm trying to hang in.
Well, between the hospital and wife, allergies and everything else, I'm just I'm run out, man.
I'm with
I'm
you.
just run out.
All right. Well,
Y'all have a great night.
yeah, please do. And we will get back with y'all tomorrow night, Cornbread Nation. How about that?
And I'm having to go. We're doing some night work too at work. So I was at work last night. So it's been a couple of days. Well, about a week, really. Uh, Today is absolutely the week since my wife fell. So the last week has been a challenge. So
Yeah,
powering through the best I can.
absolutely. Hey, y'all, big old salute to y'all. We will see y'all tomorrow evening for Cornbread Nation. Y'all have a great night, and we will see y'all then. Good night, everybody.
Night, night.